Okay, well, I won't do that.
So what do you think the biggest challenge with Baylor is going to be?
Well, for us offensively, you look at what we have to go against. We feel like they got some outstanding defensive linemen. Those are guys that pop out at you right away as you turn on the film up front, and we're going to have to know where those guys are at and account for them. Because you look at what they've done, tackles for loss, are ninth in the country, I believe. They've done a great job of forcing turnovers, and they've been very good against the run. Number 9th in the country there, I think, only giving up 170 yards rushing, which obviously we like to run football. And so that's going to be the challenge right there, because anytime that you're not able to run the ball, anytime we're not able to run the football, passing the ball becomes a lot more difficult as well. So we always have our best games when we're able to run the football, and if we're able to do that, I think things will fall into place.
Time of possession, an important factor in this?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Coach D'Antonio has been harping on me about that for the last couple of weeks. That's something that goes hand in hand with us being able to run the football, not turning the football over, which we've been fortunate not to do that a whole lot this year, and just being able to sustain some drives, not hurt yourself with penalties, so forth. So that's always a priority for us. It is every week, but probably no more so than this week when you're going against a team that can rack up points like Baylor can.
How nice is it to have a quarterback and senior receiver and guys who have been through these wars so many times? They've been in these major bowls, they've been in championship games. How does that make your job easier than it has been?
Well, I think we have a tremendous amount of confidence in Connor and Tony and handing the ball off to Jeremy. And those guys, were on the big stage last year. They've been on it numerous times again this year. So I think it really just allows us as an offensive staff to, as we go through and game plan, and then come game time, to be able to dial up plays that sort of highlight them and let them play. But it's a great benefit for us just being able to have those guys out there, just having confidence in.
You talked about D'Antonio harping on the time of possession thing, things like that. What's kind of been the mood inside the coaching staff the last couple weeks? Because there's been some turnover, and I know it's on the defensive side, and you've got some. I was asking Jim. I said, I guess because the co-offensive coordinatorship works so well, now there's going to be co-defensive coordinators. What's kind of been the mood around there? I know you guys are like a family with kind of some of the moving pieces.
No, it's been fine. I mean, obviously, when everything sort of came together with Narduzzi getting the Pitt job, it got to the point now where, okay, we know what's going on, and now we can sort of focus on the task at hand. But up until that point, you're just sort of waiting for things to happen. But it's been great. I mean, for us to be playing this Baylor team here at the Cotton Bowl is a great opportunity. So we're honored by this challenge. We know it's going to be a challenge. And for Pat Narduzzi to be moving on to Pitt is a great challenge for him. It's an opportunity for him, and that's what Coach D'Antonio is all about, is creating opportunities for coaches, for players. So it's been fine. It's been a great atmosphere. We get along great, and it's obviously we've been obviously emphasizing what we have to get done against Baylor. So it's other than a little bit of a distraction, I guess it's been good.
In college football, where perception becomes reality really quick, does this kind of become the first game of next season? Does a win here set your table to make that run to be in that playoff next year?
Yeah, sure. As much as anything, our first 4 years at Michigan State, we lost our bowl game. Last 3 years we won, and it's just remarkable the difference it is through January through July. It just leaves that good taste in your mouth, and certainly gives you confidence going into the off season. So absolutely, it's a start for 2015, and but at the same time, we know it's another challenge for us.
What is the difference? Because I keep trying to ask this, and no one can seem to put their finger on it.
I'm not going to be able to put my finger on it either.
Is it in a lot of ways it's just a confidence thing? You just get rolling?
Yeah, it is, and that's the players are the guys that have done it, man. I think it's the confidence, not just with us as coaches and them, but in them with each other. And as it got rolling a year ago, 14 months ago, whatever it was, as it got rolling, I mean, those guys just kept it going. I mean, stepped up. And everybody rallied around it, and it's continued. So to put my finger on one thing, I can't do it. Just happy it happened.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Looking back on this season, playing this game against Baylor, that's going to be 3 of the top 5 in college football y'all played this year. Do you think this defense ranks the highest of those 3 you played?
I think they're all very, very good. I think, again, just going against a team that is this good against the run. I mean, they got a couple guys up front that are excellent football players, but Oregon did and Ohio State did. So it's going to be a great challenge. So just looking at these guys, I know that, and I haven't said anything about their back end, but they're their corners are pretty darn good, and their safeties are they're going to come up and hit you. They're equally good against the pass. So I mean, this is an overall defense that's got a lot of tools.
Now, speaking about stopping the run and everything, any more comments you want to elaborate on Andrew Billings and his play?
Strong, big, a forceful guy inside. We know how good he is, and I've had other people that have played against him this year. I've talked to them, and they said he's a great player, and he's even better. After they come out of that game, they said he's even better than you think he is. So we're braced for that. I mean, we're not going to be surprised by the talent that we're going against.
Who's more of a challenge for you? Would it be Billings or would it be Oakman?
Probably Oakman, just because he's on the edge. So I mean, they're both going to be challenged. They're both going to be fun. I mean, it's fun to play games like this when you know you got some guys like that, and certainly, at the other tackle, the other end, you're not talking about some guys that aren't very good football players there either. I mean, those guys are good players. So we're going to be challenged by it, but hopefully we're up to it.
Thanks, Coach.